Hey everyone, welcome to Page Up TV, the home of the curious, the home of business, sport, and technology. Grab a tea or coffee and let's dive in.
This week we have two crazy stories for you. Stories that will shock and amaze you. Story 1. The good, bad, and the ugly financial advisors. So you are a financial advisor, their wealth and livelihoods of your clients are in your hands. What you say or do can impact them financially. Their future is in your hands. Introducing Faho, a former Old Mutual financial advisor who allegedly stole from 3 clients, has failed in his bid to have his debarment reconsidered. Faho was employed by Old Mutual SA as a personal financial advisor from 1st January 2005 until 20th April 2021, shortly before a forensic report by the group concluded that he had misappropriated money from 3 of his clients. The ruling states, in the first instance, on 12th of July 2021, Faho invested $1,000 on behalf of a client, named by the FST only as Miss L, but later convinced her to pay another $50,000 over to him, which he allegedly misappropriated. Another client, named by the FST as Ms. N, invested $300,000 with Old Mutual via a transfer from her bank account, and then gave Faho an additional $100,000 in cash for investment purposes. In the third case, Faho attempted to convince a client called Miss M, who retired in February 2017, to invest all her pension money with Old Mutual, but she refused. However, he later persuaded her to invest $300,000 for a period of 5 years, and also convinced her to transfer the money into his personal account rather than Old Mutual's. When Miss M queried why he wanted the money paid into his own bank account, he said it was because he wanted to deal with the investment swiftly. She then paid $4,000 into Faho's bank account. The money was never invested with Old Mutual. An affidavit by Miss M cited in the FST ruling showed she had trusted Faho because he had a Bible on his table and always spoke about his faith. Lesiba Bethuel Faho applied to the Financial Services Tribunal, FST, to reconsider his debarment by the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, FSCA, for a period of 5 years, with effect from 14th November 2022. The 3 victims are out of pocket, but there is some restitution. Old Mutual's policy is to ensure that clients are restored to the position they would have been in if an offense is committed by one of our employees, the group said in its emailed response. Accordingly, we have compensated the affected clients who came forward during the initial investigation. This is not the first and won't be the last. Desperate financial advisors will promise clients outsized returns and lure them to move their funds to them to manage. That's why we advocate for digital AI-driven financial advisors who won't Bible front or disappear with your hard-earned money. On to story 2. Can anyone say smack that? Or lonely? If you heard smack that and lonely and immediately thought of Akon, then you are right. Story 2. Smack that. So you are Akon, you are at the peak of your powers and have hit after hit. Lonely is circulating globally and you are known across the world. You have a follow-up hit with Smack That and are a pop sensation. You think you can do anything, and why not solve other problems besides making people dance? How about building a whole new city? You have watched Black Panther and want to build Wakanda. What will the city have? Complete with condominiums, amusement parks, and a seaside resort and gravity-defying skyscrapers, hospitals, a police station, and a university equipped with cutting-edge technology, all rising above the rural landscape. Akon City would run on solar power and is Akon cryptocurrency, the American Senegalese singer said during a flashy presentation in Senegal's capital, Dakar. It's been 4 years since you promised the world this $6 billion metropolis. The West African nation granted the artist 136 acres of land on its Atlantic coast in 2020 to build his Akon City, envisioned as a real-life Wakanda, the fictional country from Marvel Studios' Black Panther films. Today, goats and cows graze the deserted pasture 60 miles south of Dakar, and authorities are growing increasingly impatient. Today, goats and cows graze the deserted pasture 60 miles south of Dakar, and authorities are growing increasingly impatient. Sapco Senegal, the state-owned entity charged with developing the country's coastal and tourism areas, has given Akon formal notice to start work on his project, or the government will take back 90% of the land granted to him, General Manager Senegal Mboup said by email. Akon City was to be solar-powered and environmentally friendly, the artist said in 2020. Residents and visitors would use Akon cryptocurrency launch that year. Akon, introduced in the peak of a cryptocurrency bull run in November 2020, is now hardly traded, if at all. The Bitget crypto exchange first quoted it at 0.15 on November 19, 2020, and it had dwindled to 0.003 by December 11, the last available price. I was always thinking the day I get big, or the day I can be of an influence or have some kind of power to make decisions in Africa, I want to go in and start developing, he told CNN in 2020. So far, the singer has financed the construction of a youth center and a basketball court in Mbodiane, and an information center for visitors curious about Akon City. But nothing resembling the futuristic blueprints he unveiled in 2020 has been built. But big ups to Akon for being bold. He has a vision and is working on this vision. He financed the construction of a youth center, basketball court, and an information center. Wakanda forever.
That's it, pagers. If it's good, then don't share it. If it's bad, then please do. Stay curious.